Hello everyone, welcome to my ixamBee. I am Manali and today let's discuss an important part of the LIC AAO and GIC AM Descriptive English paper. Okay, let's talk about Pressy today. So in this video, we're going to first look at the exam pattern and then we're going to move on and discuss certain tips and tricks which will help you to ace Pressy and become much more confident. Following that, we're going to work one Pressy passage together. Now, if you look at the exam pattern, we're going to look at part C. This is what is in our focus. And we're looking at Pressy right here. Okay, so it's going to be 3 topics. Maximum marks would be 30. It should not be that difficult, yes, but we should be prepared for every question that comes in our way. Keeping this in mind, just to remind you that if you are appearing for these 2 exams, LIC and GIC, and you are looking for comprehensive guidance, you have come to the right place, right? So we are running a flat 25% off on these 2 courses, and our courses have video lessons, study notes, practice tests, live sessions, interview guidance. So this is the best time to get enrolled, okay? Because well begun is half done. With this in mind, let's move on to the main tips and tricks, okay? So what do you do when you get your Pressy passage? The first thing that you need to do is to read the passage and decide your essentials and non-essentials. Now, what do I mean when I say essentials and non-essentials? Essentials would mean the main idea. Remember, your essay, your Pressy, doesn't want you to cut out on the main idea. They want you to write it in such a manner that it reduces the word count. Right? And how do you do that? You need to first zoom into the main idea. So your main idea would be your essential. And whatever you have otherwise, yes, the rest of it, that something that you are not going to include in your Pressy, for example, statistics, data, things like that, ornamental language, long elaborate descriptions. All those things would be considered non-essentials, right? So now when you have sorted out, right, you need to create a rough draft, which should be around 1/3 of the original Pressy passage. And what should your rough draft include? Your main idea, but there should be no copy-paste. Try to write it in your own words. Also avoid figurative speech, ornamental language, data, proverb, personal opinion, etc. Okay? Now, when you put things together, next you ask yourself, what is the passage all about? Okay? Now, whatever your answer is, that should be something that is reflected in the title. The title should bring out the main idea clearly. It should reflect the content of the passage. If your title does not reflect the content of the passage, it is a poorly framed title. You need to reframe it. So think wisely, take some time and ask yourself, what is my Pressy all about? And then you frame your title. Next, please understand, Pressy, like essay, needs to have a structure. It cannot be just a random piece of rambling. It has to have an introduction, body, and a conclusion, no matter how short it is. It should be organized. It cannot be disorganized piece of writing, okay? So make sure the rough draft that you have created, this is the time now to give it some shape, some organization, okay? Once you are done, the next step would be to read it and see if it is something that makes sense and is complete. How do you ensure it makes sense? Be careful about your punctuation. what you do is that it's a very common problem. You try to make it concise, and then what you are doing, you're clubbing 2 or 3 sentences together without proper punctuation. And it becomes so confusing, so chaotic, awkward expressions, full of grammatical errors. Don't do that. Read and see if your sentences make sense, number one, and if they are complete. It should not be an incomplete Pressy. Okay? Then the last step, count the number of words. Word count is very, very important. If you exceed the word count, you are penalized. You are penalized for wrong titles, for overshooting the word count, for inadequate content matter, yes, and for grammar and spellings. Okay? Keep all these things in mind, and something is very, very important. Please remember, it's very different. 2 things are very different from each other. First is writing in a piece of paper and typing on the keyboard. These are 2 very, very different things. Most of us, many of us, do not have good typing skills. So in that case, thinking, writing, coordinating, deleting, organizing, structuring, it becomes a huge task. Please, you have to practice writing on a keyboard. Do it at home. You have to practice writing on a keyboard. Pen and paper, writing is not enough. You have to start writing on the keyboard, because these things are very, very different from each other. Okay? You need to get used to the exam-like situation. Keeping this in mind, let's go ahead and try to work out a Pressy on our own. Okay? Let's read this Pressy first. Give yourself some time and read it. Are we ready? Okay. Now, look at the first paragraph first. Okay, let's look at the first paragraph. What is it talking about? If you read the first paragraph and ask yourself, what is the main idea? You will get the answer. The first paragraph talks about that because in this environment where the new normal is social distancing and remote working, staying healthy is very, very important. That's the main idea. Staying healthy, right? And very important part of staying healthy is to change your way of thinking. It is staying healthy is not only about physical well-being, it's also about mental health. It's about changing your way of thinking, right? So the gist that you get from the first paragraph is that in a new situation, in a new normal, we need to stay healthy, and we can do that by changing our way of thinking. We've got 2 points, right? Let's quickly highlight these points. Healthy living. See what I'm doing? I'm picking up keywords. I'm not even looking at the points. I'm picking up keywords because they will help me to form and structure the Pressy. Done? That's all. Let's look at the next paragraph. The new normal has come with its pros and cons, right? Now, it's evident. The moment you read the first sentence, it's evident that this passage is going to talk about the pros and cons of the new normal. Okay? Right? So here we need to club a lot of things. What do we need to club? Let's quickly filter out the pros. Allowed us to spend more time with family. Okay? More time for ourselves. Less commute. Getting time to connect with old friends. New hobbies. Getting versed in technology. Good things. right? So I'm just picking up the keywords. So I'm going to use those keywords and frame sentences on my own. I'm not going to pick up sentences from the passage. But I need to incorporate the keywords because those are my essentials. Remember, my essentials. And whatever I have not marked, that is my non-essentials. Right? Okay. These are the pros. What about the cons? Okay. We can't work out. Workout schedules are all messed up. Poor eating habits. Sedentary lifestyle. Because no activity, neither are we moving out. Also, the thing is that there are no social activities as well. So it has affected it in two ways. The good side is that it has helped us to get more time for ourselves and our family. See, I've already started clubbing. Less time for commute. We are reconnecting with old friends, acquiring new hobbies, getting versed in technology. On the luck side, it's affected our social life, our workout schedules, our eating habits, and our fitness. The moment you say fitness, you're basically covering all those aspects like sedentary lifestyle. You are not moving out, you're sitting at home, and some of us, we are putting on weight. So fitness aspect covers everything. So I'm looking at the keywords and I'm trying to find out where I can connect them into proper coherent sentences. Okay? Here is the third paragraph. Let's see what it's all about. Okay? Remember, this is a repetition of what we already know. Staying healthy is not only about physical health, it's also about mental health, positive attitude, self-image, healthy lifestyle. It's all that we know, right? Now, this is basically some points that are suggested by the author. Things that we can incorporate in our daily life, which will help us to become healthier individuals. Yes? So, these are points for a healthy living. Right? Okay. First thing, consume plenty of water, so keep yourself hydrated, sleep properly, exercise, reduce consumption of processed food, right? Stay in the company of positive people, avoid substance abuse, and self-care, and go for regular health checkups. Right? And we need to club all of these. This is important. Let's see our Pressy now. Now, you ask yourself, what is it all about? The passage seems to talk about how to lead a healthy life. The mantra for leading a healthy life. So I have framed it this way: the golden key to healthy living. Okay? And let's just read it. Good health is not only about healthy eating and exercise, it's also about having a positive self-image and a healthy lifestyle. Remember what we talked about? Thinking positively, positive thinking. Remember? Okay. So new normal has allowed us to spend, I am clubbing. The new normal has allowed us to spend more time with family and ourselves. It has made us compromise on our work schedules, eating habits, and social activities. The moment you say you're spending more time with others, with your family and yourself, for yourself, you're basically including all those things. So hobbies and giving time to yourself, self-care, right? Hobbies, picking up friends, and doing things that you love. It's all part of self-care. Caring for yourself. It's included there. So you need to find out the right words, because your right words will contain the entire substance. Okay? So it's time to sit back and think what step one needs to take in order to ensure that one enjoys a healthy living and positive mindset. Right? Okay. So how can we do that? Enhancing one's physical and mental well-being. Remember, by make small changes in a lifestyle, keep the company of positive people, and developing healthy habits and continuing with them is necessary. See? company of positive people, developing healthy habits, and continuing with them is necessary. So all these are part of the healthy habits. Consuming a lot of water, getting a good night's sleep, exercising, reducing consumption of processed food, keeping company of positive people. Now, these are all examples. These are, mind you, these are all examples, right? Things that can be done to have a healthy living. So, I have put them under developing healthy habits, keeping company of positive people, and continuing with them. Now, healthy habits will obviously include staying away from drug abuse, getting a good night's sleep, drinking lots of water. Okay? Right? I hope I have been able to guide you regarding Pressy writing as far as Pressy writing is concerned. I hope that you are going to use the tips and frame your own Pressy and be much more confident at it. That's all for this video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned, and I'll be back very soon with another amazing video. Thanks for watching.